Yeah, it's a great win. And I think I'd be lying if I wasn't honest about just watching some games last night. My kids, all they do is watch college basketball, so I'm always on the up and up and what's going on in college basketball, and kind of went to sleep just hoping we wouldn't be 10-3, to say the least. But these guys, they've committed since they stepped foot on the floor, since they got here to Fairfax in April. I'm so happy with their performance, not only in this arena, but just in general. And I know it's been some sort of history, I guess, 11-2 in the last 40 years. That's a testament to those guys and their level of commitment. I think I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. I think coaches get too much credit sometimes. And these guys have been unbelievable from the day that they stepped foot on campus, and I'm just happy for them. And the first part of our season, we took care of business.
Questions for the student athletes?
Keyshawn, to build off of that, how would you kind of size up what you guys have managed to do over the first couple months of the season, especially since it was such a new group coming in and kind of meshing together the way you have?
It's amazing because you got to put all our talent together. Like the coaching staff did great because you had to put all our talent and personalities together and make us all click. Like we said, it's like a lot of new guys in here, but I know Ronnie and Dev and Leek been here, but it's still 13 new guys. Other new guys they got to get with. So I felt like the coaching staff did great stuff off the court and then playing together, open runs in the summer. So it was just a great effort from all of us. We all just put our pride to the side and just try to come together as one.
When you size up what happened today, being able to be as efficient as you guys were inside for most of the day, what do you think was key to that? Was that kind of the priority coming into you guys?
I'll say that was a priority. Coach said before the game they don't match up with us at size in any position, so we need to make a dominant effort in the paint and just keep hanging down low and keep scoring the ball. And if we do get threes, they need to be inside-out threes, get top post and have Amari or Malik kick it out for wide open threes. But Keyshawn, Malik, Mari, they did a great job scoring inside the paint at an efficient rate.
Anything else for student athletes?
Keyshawn, you got off to a little bit of a slow start today. What changed in the second half for you?
Yeah, I got off to a slow start, but I just remember what Coach Skinn said, and he always told me that's one thing. I got the skill package, but I got to keep my head in the game and not let stuff get to me. If I just stay the course and then not get mad and keep good energy, the sky's the limit. So I just tried to maintain that still smile, even though I was having a rough day, and then stuff just got to going.
Well, I'll ask you something similar to what I asked Keyshawn a moment ago. How would you kind of size up what you guys have been able to accomplish over the first 13 games or so?
That's just a testament to our hard work. We go at it. We go at it every day with each other in practice. Everybody competes at a high level, and it just bleeds over to the court. Coach preaches that practice should always be harder than the games, and that's what it looked like tonight. So when we go out and play against each other as hard as we possibly can every day in practice, that's what the outcomes look like.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Sure.
it.
Tony, you mentioned the taking care of business element, which is something you guys have largely done to this point. When coaches don't think like it, but when you look and say, how should you play against such and such a team? It feels like you guys have handled business against most of those kind of teams. How do you feel about that? And is that a trait you feel like is really promising as you head into conference play, that it has been a group that's done sort of what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, I think it's these guys we got some good guys on this team. We also have some guys that have been a part of other programs. I think the level of expectation and what was expected from them was, from day one, just buying into just playing hard as you can, playing for each other, and let us figure out the rest of it, the management. Again, when you have so many new guys that have to be connected, it's one thing to say we're connected, and then you get tested on the floor and it doesn't look like you're connected. And so we've been very, very fortunate. I think we put together a pretty good non-conference schedule. So the teams we beat, they weren't pups. But we had some moments that we had to kind of gut check ourselves and get through it. And I think that's just made us the type of team that I think We're playing with a high level of confidence, but we're also smart enough as a group to understand conference play is no joke. And applying that same pressure is going to be our mindset going into 2024.
You mentioned conference play. Is this what you envision this team to look like going into conference play? Do you feel like you're kind of on schedule or where you want to be?
The truth, when you put together a team, from April all the way up until October till you play that exhibition game, till you play that scrimmage, there's such an unknown factor. I'm an honest guy. I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with my staff. I'm honest with my guys. And I thought the talent level was there. I thought the depth was there. Just trying to figure out how to mix it together to win enough games is kind of what my mindset was. But to be sitting here 11-2, if I had a chance to roll the dice and make that bet, in April or June, I would have took it.
And, now that you go into the conference season, there's a handful of games under your belt for all teams. As a coach, how do you handle that? Or there are things that you wait to put in actions until the conference season, so they haven't seen that on film? How do you handle that as a staff?
Yeah, that's kind of what I did during the break. There's things that I like, things I don't like from an efficiency standpoint, from a number standpoint, from a PPP standpoint. We're always looking to be better. We're always looking to, put some things in the garbage can and then add some things. That's what conference play is. We got to be ready to make a lot of adjustments. There's a lot of really good players in this league. And there's going to be a dogfight every single night. I think we've built character, though. That's the most important thing. And these guys are playing at a high level, each and every one of them. Guys are having the best, season of their career. And I think confidence at the end of the day is the most important thing. And these guys are playing with a ton of confidence, playing with resilience, understanding what it requires in some of those tough moments to get the win. I've watched the Tulane game now maybe 6 or 7 times, and the second half effort that we had, it doesn't show up on the box score for guys like Woody, guys like B.O., guys like Amari. But without them making those type of plays, we're 10-3. And to get that type of win against a good American team, I think these guys smell it, and I think that they want more.
Getting Malik back today and some of the energy plays that he had for you, just how encouraging was it to see what he gave you, and how good is it to have him back?
Yeah, that's a big leap, man. It's in a game where now I'm going to get negative. We still don't know how to guard without fouling, and in a game like this where we've struggled without Malik, when Amari gets in foul trouble, it might have been a different type of game. And so just to have his energy, to have his presence, it was huge for us. This is his first game back, and he played 22 minutes. And so for him to go out there and just kind of do what he does, 8 points, 4 rebounds, it's huge. We're one man down, and so we can't afford to lose anybody at this point. But I'm just glad to have him back in his energy. And this building was electric tonight. That's what it looks like for us. It's hard to get that type of a crowd on December 29th, especially for what we do. And so I'm glad these guys, they understood the assignment, and, the crowd was electric tonight. And I just hope that we can continue to bring that to our arena.
The decision-making and the interior efficiency, the decision-making up until probably the last 10 minutes or so. Just what do you take from that? Because it seemed like for the most part you were getting a lot of the looks that you wanted to get pretty much whenever you wanted to get.
Listen, it's hard to. We were up 30 at one point, and I literally knew that it was going to be cut down to 20. There's not much you can. It's just a lot of things that happen. We had a couple live ball turnovers, and I just think, college basketball has just gotten as competitive as it's ever been, and you're not going to 40 or 50 piece people. It doesn't happen. And again, that's a team that I think they'll win some games in their league, and they didn't give up. They kept playing, they kept fighting, didn't play the score. Our guys did. It's kind of sometimes a natural thing to do, and for the guys that were in some of those moments, that's what we watch film for, and for them to see themselves. So we don't have that. I thought up until one point, Austin Ball had a pretty good game, and then he went in and he was standing up on defense. He was in la-la land, and that's what freshmen do, though. But we have to watch that, and he has to learn from it. He's poured into this program with his energy. He's probably right neck to neck with Malik with what he brings in every day in practice. Freshmen don't typically do that, and he's got a bright future, but he's got a lot to learn. And I was happy we were able to get him some minutes in today's game.
Anything you said to Keyshawn at halftime to get him going though?
Actually, I said nothing. I just said, he's so talented, and I think the one thing that he understands is that there's going to be nights where it's just not going to go your way, and you have to protect your mindset. You have to protect your mental, and the only way you do that is by continuing to just play. He figured it out. I'm glad he figured it out. But it's a maturity thing at the end of the day. I think people forget that he was a freshman last year, played limited minutes, and then we asked him to be one of the guys, one of the main guys. And so now, every time we step on the floor, people are going at him offensively. Defensively, he's having a guard probably, one of the better players. And so that's part of growth. And he's just got to be able to take that challenge because he puts in the work to earn that. And I'm glad that he figured it out in the second half.
Anyone else for Johnny? Thanks.